are all the products that I used, all of which I've gotten from Amazon. That includes the Lotta Body Wrap Me Foaming Mousse to add and help my hair get on the rollers. I got these 3-inch magnetic rollers. The brand is Diane, but again I got these from Amazon, and I got a total of 3 packs for I'd say 18 total rollers. And then finally I got these double-pronged duckbill clips to help put my hair in the rollers. So those are mainly all the products that I used. So this is my first attempt at starting the rolling process. Basically, I had sectioned my hair before I took a shower, and I kept those sections in throughout the whole process. You'll see I broke the clip here, and a piece of the clip was stuck in my hair. So I took that out and proceeded to take down the first section, and I've gone ahead and taken one of the rollers to sort of gauge how big a section should be, and so you'll see me doing that here. Once I figure out how big it should be, I go ahead and try to part it. Now I'm going in with some product, so the Lotta Body Wrapping Mousse, adding that to my hair, and then going through the process of basically detangling that section so that I can add it to the roller smoothly and without any tangles. Now keep in mind this is my first time doing this, so I had to figure out what the best method was to get the hair on the roller. So you'll see I tried using that Denman brush to put it on the roller. That didn't work. I didn't really figure out how to do that. So here you'll see I finally figured out a method to put it on the roller. I'm really trying to get those ends to stick and try to get those ends to basically lay straight, as well as the rest of the section. So I'm slowly rolling it up, trying to smooth it as much as possible so that it dries flatter. At first I thought I was satisfied with this section, and then I went back and watched the tutorial and I realized it's not as good as it could be, and so I had to take that section out and re-roll it so that again it could be as straight as possible or laid down as flat as possible onto the roller so that it can dry that way. Personally, that took a lot of energy, so I just think it's funny that you can see me huffing and puffing by the end of that section. Now I'm going through the same process with the second section, involving parting it mainly, and then of course having to detangle it, wet it, add some more product, and prep it again for the next roller. And of course, being the newbie that I am, I had to attempt this section a couple times before I really felt satisfied with it. So this looks all fine and dandy because I'm going in and I'm clipping up this section right here, but little did I know this was really the beginning of all my worries. So after this, there's not even any more footage. So what had happened was, you know those moments when your hair isn't cooperating with you and you get so frustrated that you want to cry or actually start crying? Yeah, well, that was me during this moment. I had spent probably 7 hours just to not even finish all the sections. A lot of them were coming out, they didn't stay clipped, and it was just ultimately a big disaster. And at that point, I was really considering just selling these magnetic rollers altogether and never trying this ever again. But I held on and just put everything away and said that I was going to try again another day, which I did. Okay, so I started fresh with some hopes and dreams for this attempt on a different day. And I'm going to be fast forwarding through a lot of the process because the process stayed pretty much the same. I just kind of wanted to show you all mainly the progress for this attempt. This time I decided to part my hair after I showered. So here you'll see me starting with my damp hair from the shower and going through that process of sectioning everything. Similar to what I did last time, but like I said before, just after the shower instead of before the shower. So yes, I don't have a small handheld mirror, so I am using my eyeshadow palette. It is what it is. But here you'll see that I'm trying to make sure that the section in the back is the right size for the rest of the rollers. And that way I can go ahead and section out again the first section in the front and continue to go down the line. Alright, so after that mess, I finally got the hang of this first section, so you will see me rolling up a section that I'm actually satisfied with. So here I am finally clipping up that first section, and we have that first section ready to go. Now we just got to do the rest of them. So fast forward to a little less than halfway done with my whole head, and y'all, this is already a lot better and a lot further than I got with my first attempt. I think one of the things that really helped me get this far is clipping those rollers to each other to really make sure that they're staying in place throughout the whole process. Okay, so I'm down to my last section, but here's the gag if you can't already see as I spin around. That last section really should have been split up into two sections, but there really is no room for one roller, let alone two rollers. So what is my solution? Well, I don't know if you can really tell through these clips, but I was still frustrated and annoyed during this whole process. So I am putting this entire section into one roller. I do not care if it's going to turn out bad. I do not care if it fits nicely on that roller. It is getting done in one roller. And at this point, I really couldn't care less because even though I have actually finished all sections of my head, I really did not focus on making those sections perfect and laying it flat like I really tried for my first attempt, so I knew most of these sections were going to turn out pretty crappy. But I really just wanted to focus on getting it done. So the next step for me was really about drying those rollers, and all I have is my handy dandy blow dryer, and that definitely meant that it would take longer to dry. So I spent maybe about 2 or 3 hours to dry those sections.
So we taking this down whether it's dry or not, because I ain't got the time anymore. So honestly, this goofy one is dry, so I assume the other one's probably dry too. We'll see. We're gonna pull this one out first. Obviously it's not gonna look that good, so don't expect nothing fancy, but I don't know why I did it slow, like again, like you're gonna, ooh, it's not dry, definitely not dry. Ooh, yeah, it's not dry. Okay, it hasn't been an hour, it's been like 15 minutes because I've given up again. So I'm just gonna take it out and we'll get what we're gonna get. I'm gonna show you guys the first like 2 here in the back, and then I'll just show you what it looks like at the end. Here is this one. Okay, seems like it's dry. It's dry. Fully dry. Yeah, I think so actually. Okay, that's, oh, you can't even see, sorry guys, you can't even see the bottom. That's what that looks like, I guess. I'm just happy that it's dry. Obviously we all knew that this was not going to turn out well because it was a mess putting in the rollers, but at least we got something. So I'll show you this. Oh shoot, which one did I pull out? I pulled out this one, didn't I? I'm gonna show you this one in the back. Is it dry? Oh yay, y'all, this one's dry too. Okay, that's what that looks like. And it's dry. Okay, I mean, obviously it could have been better. As you can see, it's really crinkly at the top here, but based on the first attempt, this is a lot better. This is a lot better. Like, you guys didn't even see the first attempt because it was so bad. At least this has something to show for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the rest of them, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Okay, so this is the outcome. It's not good, but it's something. And honestly, if you guys could have seen the first attempt, this is honestly so much better. So yeah, it's pretty bad. As you can see, there are some that are somewhat nicely curled. It seems like a lot of the nicely curled ones are the ones on this side for whatever reason. But as you can see, some are frizzy like this. Some didn't really get much curl. A lot of it is still texturized, as you can see on the top. That's still kind of my natural hair, but just stretched. And same with that goofy strand in the back. We knew that that was not going to turn out well, and it's basically just my natural hair, but also just stretched out. So don't pay attention to that one. Honestly, I think I just need more practice. And probably kind of learn from my mistakes from the first and the second attempt, and hopefully it will turn out like it's supposed to and will be a lot faster. Okay, so last but not least, I brushed it out, and this is what it's looking like. honestly, as you can see, pretty chaotic. There's some that I just feel like the curls are just not consistent, I guess, or you know, there are some curls that are obviously like look more defined, and then obviously the rest is like kind of frizzy, and then there's some really defined ones, and then there's other frizzy ones. So overall, at least I can probably put it up in a ponytail or something. But yeah, as you can see, very frizzy. Honestly, that's probably because my hair is really dry, as you can tell from my ends. My ends really need some moisture. And hopefully, again, after I learn to do this a lot better, brushing it out will also look better.